Lower to the side into that field. Pick a flower for your loved ones. Let the petals stay at the wheel. Riding on a road with rolling hills. Let's take a ride and roll the windows down. Wasting time as we go town to town. Landscapes change and the music fades. In the end there ain't a sound. Let's take a ride and roll the windows down. The city brings you closer to yourself. You get to know the man you are when all is well. Along the way you meet yourself as if you came from hell. The city brings you closer to yourself. In the silence there's a lesson to be learned. A question with no answer to be heard. Your mind won't let you rest your eyes, and you know one day you'll say goodbye to the question with no answer to be heard. Riding on a road with rolling hills. Below to the side to that field. Pick a flower for your loved ones. Let the petals stay at the wheel. Riding on a road with rolling hills. Riding on a road with rolling hills.
There's something in the water that's making me sick. I won't cry, but I'll try to forget you. I'm so tired of being over you. It's raining down in Cleveland, and I wish I could run as fast as the Ohio. But I'm so tired of being over you. We were fools in love together, fools alone apart. And if you give me your forever, I will beg, steal and borrow, but I won't fool your heart. Doubt has left you bitter, and your friends, they curse my name. I swear I'll be there the next time. But the truth is you know better than to fall for these games. So why won't you come with me? We were fools in love together, fools alone apart. And if you give me your forever, I will beg, steal and borrow, but I won't fool your heart. I won't fool your heart. We were fools in love together, fools alone apart. And if you give me your forever, I will beg, steal and borrow. I will beg, steal and borrow, but I won't fool your heart.
buy a ticket for the next train. I'm coming home today, but I'll be gone tomorrow before the morning sun awaits. I told you I was in love, but my heart was on the run. I didn't think that we'd be another high that had to fall. I wish I knew which way to turn to. I wish I knew which way to drive. If I could just see you one more time, drinking coffee beneath the morning light. Drinking coffee beneath the morning light. When Sunday morning rolls around. When Sunday morning rolls around. I woke up early and packed my things, choked up and poured me a drink. 'Cause walking through that door left me feeling poor. Was a feeling I tried to ignore. So I walked on down the road, turned around and headed back home. 'Cause eating dinner alone ain't the way to go, so I might as well get on home. Now I know which way to turn to. Now I know which way to drive. If I could just see you one more time, drinking coffee beneath the morning light. Drinking coffee beneath the morning light. Sunday morning rolls around. Sunday morning rolls around.